Sige. Nakikita na ba yung screen ko? Visible ba sa lahat?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's start. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another fun and meaningful learning session with me. So, before we begin or before we start, let's remember our online class rules so we can all learn together smoothly. So, first, keep your camera on if possible. Second, mute your mic when someone else is speaking. Third, use the chat respectfully. Fourth, participate actively when it's your turn. And fifth and the last, be kind and respectful at all times. So does everyone agree with these rules? Give me a thumbs up in the chat if we're all good. Okay. Thank you. So before we begin our class, let's start with a short prayer.
Let us put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Let's pray. Our Lord God in heaven, thank you for the new day you bestowed upon us. Until this moment, we still have our borrowed life and strength from you. We worship and praise your holy name. This moment, we will continue to study and acquire new knowledge. May you bless our students with the witty brain to think fast and an inquiring mind to be curious in whatever knowledge they will learn today. Most importantly, bless them with your wisdom and a heart that will follow your commandments in order for them to become worthy in their studies. You know that in these recent times, most are suffering from hardships and economic crisis. We humbly ask you to bless the parents of our students. May you shower your abundant blessings and prosperity to each of their homes. So that we can use this not only for our daily lives, but especially for the performance of our duties to your holy name. We hope that you heard our prayer. We ask all of this in the name of Jesus Christ, our Savior. Amen.
Okay. So, hello everyone. How are you tonight? Kamusta po ang lahat?
We're fine, ma'am.
Ang lahat? How about the others? Kamusta naman po kayo?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. So, checking of attendance. So, at this moment, I am now going to check your attendance. Please unmute yourself and say present, ma'am, as I call your name. So, Miss Alma Galban,
Present, ma'am.
Mr. Ivan Gaceta, Mr. Gerson Pakibot,
Present.
Miss Gemma Manganaan,
Present, ma'am.
Miss Chaires,
Present, ma'am.
Miss Jamela Fronda.
Present.
Okay, may nakakalimutan ba ako? Okay, kung wala na, let's go to our motivational activity. So, our motivational activity is entitled Who's in Charge? Ang mode niya is online polling. We will use the Mentimeter website. So, directions, the teacher or me, I will flash 10 different scenarios one by one using slides and Mentimeter. So, the students will vote online for which local government unit, barangay, municipality, city, province is responsible for each scenarios. So, may isisend ako sa inyong link which is this. Mentimeter website siya. So, magpa-flash ako ng mga scenarios and then huhulaan nyo kung anong local government unit siya. Barangay ba siya, municipality ba siya, city ba siya, or province ba siya. So, pakitignan na lang sa inyong mga in-call messages kung meron kayong nakikita dyan. Meron bang nakikita lahat? Yung una kong sinend is yung menti.com.
Yes.
Okay, kindly enter. Okay, sabihan po ako if naka-enter na po ang lahat or kung may problem, magsabi na rin po.
Wala po sa akin, ma'am.
Paset po ulit, wala sa akin. Okay, wait lang. Wait, guys. Okay, please bear with me at mabagal ang ating laptop. So, copy, copied, and okay. Okay, nandyan na ba? Nakita na ba ng lahat? Pakisabihan ako if na-access nyo na.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, dapat ganito ang lalabas sa inyong mga screen. Ganyan ba ang lumabas sa mga screens nyo?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's begin. So let's begin. The first question is, Tanods patrol at night to maintain peace and order in the community. Ano siya, class? Barangay, municipality, city, or province?
Barangay.
Okay, that is correct. What about the others? Nagsagot na po ba yung iba?
Yes.
Okay, may tatlo pang hindi nakasagot. We have 8 participants here. Okay, so lima na yung nakasagot. Next question. The mayor approves a new ordinance for tricycle routes to reduce traffic. Ano siya? Barangay, municipality, city, or province?
Municipality.
Okay, very good. That is correct. Okay. Tapos na bang lahat? Magsagot? Okay. 5. Okay, very good. The third question is, a new provincial hospital is built to serve residents across several towns. Ano siya?
Province.
Okay. What about the others? Anong sagot nyo?
Province.
Okay. Okay. Check lahat. Correct lahat. Very good class. The fourth question is, a community cleanup drive called Tapat Mo, Linis Mo is organized. Saan siya? Saan siya nabibilang na LGU or local government unit?
Barangay.
Okay, what about the others?
Barangay.
Okay, very good. That is correct. Fifth question. An ordinance banning the use of plastic bags in markets is passed. Ano siya?
City.
Okay, what about the others? Anong mga sagot nyo? Tapos na ba magsagot lahat? Okay, very good. That is right, city. Number 6. A new public high school is funded to serve students from nearby barangays. So ano siya?
It's
Municipal.
municipality.
Okay, 3 nang may sagot sa municipality. What about the others? O, 5 na. Okay, very good. So far, magagaling kayo. 7 na. Okay. And next, a job fair and scholarship program is launched for students across municipalities. So ano siya? Across
Province.
municipalities. Province? Province ba? Province ba?
Yes.
What about the others?
Province.
Okay, very good. Ang gagaling nyo so far, ah. Okay, next question na ba? Okay, next question, number 8. Free vaccines and medical checkups for children are given at the health center. Oh, saan yan? Saan ang health center? Free vaccines daw.
Barangay.
Okay, what about the others? Barangay ba? Okay. Very good. So far, tama lahat yung sagot nyo. Number 9, traffic lights, CCTV, and roads are upgraded for better public safety. Saan ito? Saan siya nabibilang? Barangay, municipality, city, or province?
City.
Okay, what about the others? City rin ba ang mga sagot?
Opo.
Okay, tapos na lahat? Okay, correct. City. And last, we're down to the last number. Relief goods are distributed directly to families after a typhoon. Ano siya? Saan siya nabibilang na LGU or local government unit? Okay, nakikita ko dito maraming sumasagot ng barangay. Barangay ba siya? Class? Okay, majority of you have answered barangay. Okay, that is correct. Magagaling kayong lahat. Okay. Okay na. Okay. Very good everyone. So, lahat ba ginanahan sa ating motivational activity? Class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, let's go to the lesson proper. Our topic for tonight is entitled Decentralization and Local Governance. So, our lesson objectives are, at the end of the lesson, the student should be able to first identify the different levels of the Philippine local government. Second, explain the roles and functions of local government unit. Third, examine how decentralization affects governance. So, the local governance of the Philippines. The local government unit. So, alam naman nating lahat na our government structure is Republican form, right, class? And the branches of our national government are executive, legislative, and judiciary. So, ano naman kaya sa local government units? So, ang ating local government units ay binubuo ng provinces, cities, municipalities, and barangay. Ngayon, ang tanong, ilang provinces, cities, municipalities, barangays ang nasa Pilipinas? So, nababasa natin dito, anyone who would like to recite, ilan ang ating province?
There are 82 provinces.
Okay, very good. Ilan ang ating cities? Anyone?
We have 149 cities.
Municipalities?
Municipalities is 1,193.
Okay, and the barangays?
Barangays is 42,046.
Okay, very good. Okay, next slide. So, ano nga ba ang local government? What is local government? So, local government refers to the activities carried out by local officials. Siya yung mga activities na ginagawa ng mga local officials, which is yung mga local officials is mapag-aaralan natin later on, whether elected or appointed. Kasi ang mga local officials, it's either elected sila or appointed sila. So, refers to the activities carried out by local officials, whether elected or appointed, to implement the objectives and manage the resources of the local government unit. So, ang local government, siya yung bumubuo ng mga officials na nagmamanage sa mga resources na dapat i-implement or ibigay ng local government unit sa mga tao. That's it. So, second slide. Levels of the Philippine local government. So, ito nga yung kanina na natakaw natin. So, here class, nakikita natin yung flowchart na nandito. Nakikita ba ng lahat? Thumbs up kayo guys, kung nakikita nyo. So, class, yeah, okay, thank you. Class, this chart shows us how the Philippine government is organized from the national government, which is President of the Philippines, national government. Siya parte siya ng national government, which is ang Philippines. Organized siya from the national level down to the local level. So it helps us see who supervises whom and how authority and responsibility are distributed. So from the higher ups, makikita natin kung paano nagdi-distribute yung mga resources pababa ng provinces, cities, municipalities, and last na nadadatnan is the barangays. So at the top, we have the President of the Philippines. Notice the dash line connecting the President to local government units. So this means that the President exercises general supervision. So yung mga dash lines na yan na may spaces is general supervision ang kanyang sign. So, hindi siya direct control or hindi siya direct relation. So, supervision ensures that LGUs follow the law, but they have autonomy in managing local affairs. So, kaya may ganyan para ma-ensure na pina-follow ng mga nasa local government yung law. Pero hindi siya direct relation, general supervision siya, which is sinusupervise ng President of the Philippines ang mga LGU or the local affairs. So, below the national government are the different levels of local government. So, as shown in the chart, province headed by governor, gobernador ang nag-head sa province, and city and municipality headed by mayor, barangay headed by barangay captain or punong barangay. So these are collectively called as local government unit. So each level has its own function and responsibilities. So itong mga ito, may mga kanya-kanyang responsibilidad sila. Na later on, malalaman natin kung ano-ano ang mga iyon. So yung barangay is, masasabi natin siya, yung smallest unit ng LGU, providing basic services directly to the people. So ang barangay yung pinakamalapit sa mga tao. Kasi sila yung nagdi-distribute ng mga goods and services sa mga tao. So, municipalities and cities coordinate barangay and manage local development programs. So, lastly, the provinces. Yung province is oversee municipalities. Ang sinasakupan ng provinces are the municipalities and the component cities. So, providing support and integration of local development plans. So, connection and autonomy naman niya. Yung mga arrows and lines dito sa chart, this shows how these levels are connected. Pinapakita niya kung paano konektado yung national government to local government. Kung paano sila nagbibigay ng responsibilities to each na ay local government units. Paano binibigyan ng president ng supervision or autonomy ang province? Paano binibigyan ng president ng supervision and autonomy ang municipalities, ang cities, and ang barangay? That's it. So, can anyone tell me why it's important that local government have autonomy from the national government? Bakit kaya mahalaga? Bakit kaya class mahalaga na may autonomy yung mga local government na hindi lang yung national government lahat yung nagpapa-implement ng mga services and ng mga goods? Bakit kaya? Bakit kaya class? May gusto bang magsagot? Bakit dapat may sariling pamamalakad? May sariling pamamalakad ang mga LGU mula sa sa national government. Bakit? May gusto ba?
Mabahagi ng maayos.
Babahagi ng maayos yung mga services. Okay, class. So, kailangan nilang magkaroon ng autonomy because para ma-address nila yung local needs directly. Kasi kapag national government na, parang ang layo na, di ba? Parang hindi maabot, parang ang taas-taas, di ba? So, kailangan ng local government, hindi lang national government. Kasi masyadong, pag national government lang, parang overwhelm yung national government na ang daming tao sa Pilipinas, paano tayo mapapalapit sa kanila? Ganun. Paano natin, right, may gustong sabihin?
Aside from doon din nagsimula yung mga corruption.
Yeah, yes. Great insight. Doon din nagkaroon ng corruption.
Kasi from national government to local units is may mga kickback sila dun. For example, from a national government down to the governor, down to the barangays, there's also a kickback. Doon nagsisimula yung mga corruptions.
Minsan hindi umaabot sa barangay sa pinaka may kailangan na tao yung services. That's it. Parang parang sinasaid nila. Parang hindi nila pinapadaan sa tamang proseso. Like, ang nabibigyan lang is yung nasa average. Pero paano naman yung nasa laylayan talaga? Right, class? Kung umaabot ba sa kanila yung service? Or
Yes.
hindi?
Right.
Okay. So, naintindihan ba ito? Itong structure nito? Naintindihan ba, class? Kung paano pinapadaloy ng President of the Philippines or the national government yung services papunta sa local government? Naintindihan ba?
Yes.
Okay. Kung naintindihan, okay, pwede na tayong mag-next slide. Okay. So, sinasabi sa Article 10, Section 1 of the 1987 Constitution, or Philippine Constitution, the provinces, cities, municipalities, and barangay are the territorial and political subdivisions of the Republic. So, sinasabi dito na yung apat na local government units is territory and political subdivision siya ng Republic, which is the Philippines. And kasali dyan yung autonomous regions shall be established in Muslim Mindanao and the Cordilleras as herein after provided. So, part 1, the territorial and political subdivisions of the Republic of the Philippines are the provinces, cities, municipalities, and barangays. So, sinasabi dito na yung apat na levels ng LGU are these 4 provinces, cities, municipalities, and barangay. And there shall also be autonomous regions in Muslim Mindanao and the Cordilleras as provided for in the Constitution. So, anong ibig sabihin ng autonomous regions? Ibig sabihin ng autonomous, may sarili silang pamamalakad. Autonomy, kalayaan, sariling pamamalakad. Yun ay sa Muslim Mindanao and sa Cordilleras. Yun ang sinasabi dito sa Article 10, Section 1 ng ating Constitution. Okay, so naintindihan ba ang Article 10, Section 1? Okay, very good. Next slide. Okay. Okay, ito, region. Region, sinong may alam ng region? Sinong familiar sa kung ano yung definition ng region? Wala. So, ang mga regions, maraming regions sa Pilipinas. Ang sinasabi dito, the region is a subnational administrative unit consisting of several provinces that share similar characteristics such as the ethnic origins of inhabitants, dialect spoken, agricultural products, and more. Second, province. So, province is the largest unit in the political structures of the Philippines. Siya yung pinakamalaking unit sa political structure ng Pilipinas. It consists of municipalities. So, kung yung region consists of provinces, yung provinces consist naman siya ng municipalities. And in some cases, meron din siyang sakop at saklaw din niya yung component cities in varying numbers, iba't ibang number, hindi lahat. Varying numbers siya, iba-iba. So, its function and duties regarding its component cities and municipalities are generally coordinative and supervisory. So, tinatawag din siyang sangguniang panlalawigan. That is province. Third, city. Ano naman kaya ang city? So, okay. May gusto bang sabihin, Mr. Pakibot?
Wala, continue.
Okay. So, the city is, may tatlo siyang klase. There are 3 classes of cities in the Philippines. Firstly, the highly urbanized. Second, the independent component cities, which are independent of the province. So, hindi siya saklaw ng province. Independent siya. and the component cities which are part of the province. Okay, independent component cities, independent siya from province. Tapos yung component cities, part siya ng province where they are located and subject to their administrative supervision. Tinatawag din itong sangguniang panlungsod. Okay. Municipality. A municipality is a political corporate body equipped with powers of a municipal corporation exercised through the municipal government in accordance with the law. It functions as subsidiary of the province and comprises several barangays. So, yung municipality, nagko-comprise siya ng several barangays. Maraming barangays ang nakapaloob dito within its territorial boundaries. So, one barangay serves as the seat of government located in town proper poblacion. So, ang municipality is tinatawag ding sangguniang bayan. Okay, last. Barangay. O, lahat naman tayo alam ang barangay. Sang barangay ka nabibilang? Anong barangay nyo dyan? Okay, so the barangay is the smallest political unit within cities and municipalities. So, sa city, may barangay din. Sa municipality, may barangay din. Okay, so it serves as the basic unit, smallest political unit and basic unit of the political system, of the Philippine political system. Typically, a barangay has fewer than 1,000 residents. So, ang tao dito sa barangay is mas konti kumpara sa city and municipality. So, living within the territorial boundaries of a city and municipality. Yes. So, sakop siya ng municipality. Nasa territorial boundaries ng city at municipality ang mga barangay. So, it is governed by elected officials. So, sa barangay, ine-elect nila yung officials like barangay chairman, or punong barangay, kasama na rin dito yung sangguniang kabataan, which is yung SK. And ang ano ng barangay is sangguniang barangay, other term. Okay, naintindihan ba lahat yun, class? Yung level ng ating local government units, naintindihan po ba? Thumbs up naman kayo dyan. Okay, very good. Thank you for responding. So, dito na tayo sa roles and functions of local government unit. Okay. Aims of the Local Government Code of 1991. Ito yung mga aims or yung target aims ng ating local government unit based on the Local Government Code of 1991. Ang purpose niya is to transform local government units or LGUs into self-reliant communities and active partners in nation building by granting them greater powers, authority, and responsibilities and resources. Ang purpose nito is ginagawang self-reliant yung mga LGU na maging active partner sa nation building na kasi hindi kaya ng national government lahat. Kailangan niyang i-distribute yung powers niya para mas mapalapit sa mga tao and sa mga mamamayan ng Pilipinas. So, ano yung ginagrant? Ginagrant ng national government papunta sa local government. Ang ginagrant is greater powers, authority, responsibilities, and resources. So, seeks to promote economic development at regional and local levels by providing local chief executive. So, yun, nagpro-provide siya or nagpro-promote siya ng economic development sa regional and local levels sa pamamagitan ng pagpro-provide ng local chief executives, which is yung mag-execute ng mga responsibilities and authorities na tinatawag nating LCE. More freedom to implement programs suited to their areas. So, kailangan yung mga programs na ini-implement natin is suited siya sa area na ating sakop. So dapat ito alam din to ng mga leaders natin, each local government units. Alam ito ng ating mga SK, punong barangay, ganun. Next. So, here are the list of the general roles of LGUs. So, first role ng ating LGU is promote the general welfare. Ensure the health and safety, comfort, and convenience of the people. Siyempre, kailangan safe yung kung saan tayo. Safe tayo kung saan man tayo nakalagay ngayon. Safe yung barangay natin, safe yung municipality natin, yung city natin, safe. So, provide safety and comfort and convenience to the people, pati health. Second, deliver basic services and facilities. Provide education, health infrastructure, peace and order, and social welfare services. So, dito, basic services and facilities ang binibigay. Nagpapatayo ng infrastructure, nagpapatayo ng mga hospital na pwedeng matakbuhan kapag may problem sa health, and ganun din sa education, ganun din sa peace and order. So, third, encourage local autonomy. Allow local officials and communities to manage their own affairs. Ayan. Yan yung tinatawag nating local autonomy, which is binibigyan ng kapangyarihan yung mga lokal na opisyal para i-manage nila yung sarili nilang mga affairs within their areas. Fourth, promote sustainable development. Implement programs that protect the environment and support economic growth. So, from the word itself, sustainable, dapat masustain ang ating environment. Ano yung mga pinapagawa ng ating mga LGU para masustain or maprotektahan yung environment, clean up drive, tapat mo, linis mo, mga ganyan. And economic growth. And last, ensure participatory governance, involve citizens and organizations in local decision-making and development planning. Siyempre, kailangan i-involve din natin dito yung mga citizens. Hindi lang yung mga leaders yung nagbibigay ng opinion. Kailangan involved din yung citizens para hindi nila isipin na wala silang boses o wala silang karapatan na bumoses or magbigay ng opinion para sa ikakalago ng local government unit or ng ating mga barangay, ating mga city, ating mga municipality or provinces. So, kailangan i-involve ang citizens and the local peoples. Hindi lang yung mga higher-ups na nasa tungkulin. Kailangan pati yung mga simpleng mamamayan is involved din sa decision-making and development planning. So, levels of local governments and their function. Ito, inisa-isa na. So, first, ano ba yung functions ng local government unit sa barangay? Ano yung function? So, sa barangay, ito yung basic political unit and the foundation of the government structure. So, ito yung functions, ito yung list and roles. Ito yung list ng function and roles ng barangay. Maintain peace and order through barangay tanod and lupong tagapamayapa for conflict mediation. So, pag may away na nangyayari sa barangay, sino yung unang umaaksyon? Siyempre yung barangay tanod at lupong tagapamayapa. Second, implement basic health and sanitation programs. Ito yung may kinalaman sa health and sanitation, yung pagiging malinis para mas maging healthy yung komunidad. So, conduct community activities and cleanliness drives. Gaya na sabi ko kanina, community activities yung pagsusustain ng ating environment. Kasi hindi tayo magiging masaya kapag hindi maayos yung environment kung nasa saan tayo. Facilitate early childhood care, sports and cultural programs. So, dito, parang mas focus siya sa education and childhood care. Siyempre, kailangan nating alagaan ang mga bata, ang kabataan para sa future generation is maging maayos sila. So, maintain barangay roads, halls, and daycare center na gumagawa ng mga daan, ng mga halls and daycare centers para sa mga bata. Collect barangay taxes and fees. So, sa barangay, meron ding powers ang barangay na mag-collect ng taxes and fees, which is yun yung inordain ng national government na magkaroon ng kapangyarihan ang barangay na mag-collect ng tax and fees. So, second, yung municipality, composed of a group of barangays and acts as the link between barangay and province. So, municipality is group siya ng barangay. Siya yung bigger area. Or, sa kanya nakapaloob yung mga barangay. So, ang function and roles ng ating municipality is deliver basic services, primary education, health centers, agricultural support. Ito na yung mas malaki. Kasama na dito yung agricultural support, which is yung mga magsasaka, yung pagtatanim, anything na may kinalaman sa crop. Sa palay, sa pagtatanim, ganyan. So, second, regulate trade, business permits, and public markets. So, dito, nire-regulate yung trade, yung mga business permits, and yung public market. Implement disaster risk reduction and management programs. So, dito sila nagpapa-implement ng disaster risk reduction para mas ready tayo sa mga sakuna, sa municipality. Yan nagmumula. So, maintain municipal roads, bridges, and drainage. Dito mini-maintain yung municipal roads, tapos bridge and drainage. Protect the environment and promote tourism. So dito din, ginaganap yung pagprotekta sa environment and pagpopromote ng turismo. Okay. Number 3, city. Has a larger population and higher income than a municipality. So, mas marami siyang tao. Mas marami siyang nasasakupan kesa sa munisipalidad. So, ang function and roles ng ating city are deliver expanded services in health, education, infrastructure, and social welfare. Kung ating papansinin, meron din to sa municipality kanina, pero sa city is expanded na siya. Na-expand na yung services sa health, education, and infrastructure and social welfare. As dito naman, manage urban planning, traffic regulation, and housing projects. Dito naman sa city, yung urban planning, tsaka yung mga traffic regulation, kasi mas maraming tao, kaya mas maraming sasakyan, so mas maraming traffic. So, yan. Diyan, nire-regulate at minamanage yung traffic regulation and housing projects. Yung mga proyekto sa pagpapabahay. So, dito naman, promote investment, local industries, and employment programs. Okay, dito meron ng pagbibigay ng trabaho. Nagpro-promote na sila ng investment, local industries, and programa sa paghahanap ng trabaho, employment. So, dito naman, operate hospitals, public libraries, and cultural centers. Okay, so dito na ino-operate yung hospital, tsaka yung mga library and cultural centers. So, last, regulate city enterprises and manage solid waste. Last na tayo sa province. Province is composed of cities and municipalities. So, dalawa na yung nakapaloob sa province, which is yung city at municipality. Serves as the intermediate unit between the national and local level. So, in between ang province sa national and local levels. Kung mapapansin natin sa chart natin kanina, mataas yung province. Pangalawa siya sa national government. So, national government, province, tapos yung mga nasa baba. So, ang function ng ating province are coordinate development and delivery of services among cities and municipalities. So, ito yung nagsisilbing tulay or bridge ng mga services papunta sa cities and municipalities. Second, manage provincial roads, hospitals, and large-scale infrastructure. Kung kanina infrastructure lang, ngayon large-scale na since province na siya, marami na siyang sakop niya ang cities and municipalities, kaya large-scale na siya. So, third, implement agricultural and economic development programs. Gaya kanina, kasama na rin yung pagtatanim and yung ikalalago ng ekonomiya. So, fourth, support law enforcement and peace and order initiatives. Sinusuportahan din sa province yung pagpapanukala ng mga batas and pag-maintain ng ating peace and order. So last, administer disaster management and ano yung kasunod nun? Environment protection at the provincial level. So, dito rin, pinapahalagahan din dito yung disaster management para maging handa ang lahat kapag may darating na sakuna. So, ito yung key sectors ng LGU services. First, health and social welfare. Second, education. Third, public works and infrastructures. Fourth, environmental management. Fifth, economic development. And sixth, peace and order. So these are the devolved functions to LGU. Ito yung binigay ng national government sa local government na functions. So first, agricultural extension, na-extend sa atin yung agricultural. So, community-based forestry, field health and hospital services. Public works, ito yung sikat ngayon, yung public works. Fifth, school building program. Ito dapat yung marami ngayon since marami na rin yung pumapasok. So, social welfare services, tourism, telecommunication, housing, and others like investment support. Okay. Okay, dito naman tayo sa officials ng LGU. Sino-sino nga ba ang officials sa ating local government units? So first off, the Philippines has several levels of LGU. Yun nga yung sinasabi nating apat. So each level has both elective and appointive officials. So malalaman natin kung sino-sino dito yung mga elected officials and appointive officials. When we say elective officials, ina-elect sila ng tao. And when we say appointive, ina-appoint sila ng gobyerno. So sa province, ang ating mga elective officials are governor, siya yung chief executive, siya yung nagsisilbing executive sa province. So, pinakamataas ang governor. Sunod, ang vice governor, members of Sangguniang Panlalawigan, which is kilala din bilang Provincial Legislative Council. So, ang appointive officials naman, various positions that support the function of the provincial government such as provincial treasurer. Okay. So, appointive official ang provincial treasurer, assessor, budget officer, health officer, social welfare officer, and etc. So, itong mga ito is inappoint sila ng mga matataas lang din. And then, itong elective naman is tao yung nag-vote sa kanila. Taong bayan yung nag-vote sa kanila. So, city and municipality. Ang elective official ng city and municipality are mayor, Siya rin yung mataas dito sa city and municipality. Vice Mayor susunod, sangguniang panlungsod and sangguniang bayan in municipalities. Ang appointive officials naman dito ay include ng City Municipal Planning and Development Coordinator, Budget Officer, Accountant, Treasurer, Engineer, Health Officer, Social Welfare Officer, and etc. Okay. Sa small political unit naman tayo, which is the barangay or the last and the smallest unit in local government. So, ang elective officials sa ating barangay are the barangay captain, also called as punong barangay, members of sangguniang barangay or barangay councilors. So, ito naman yung other elected bodies. SK, Sangguniang Kabataan, and Chairperson represent youth in the barangay with SK councilors. Kung ang ating barangay captain ay mataas para sa lahat ng tao, ang Sangguniang Kabataan naman ay mataas lang para sa mga youth. Sila yung nagre-represent sa mga kabataan sa ating mga barangay. Okay. So, ano nga ba ang decentralization? So, decentralization is also known as self-governing and local autonomy. Ito yung sariling pamamalakad ng mga local government units sa mga nasasakupan nila. Kaya nagkaroon ng decentralization dahil pinasa or binigyan ng national government ang mga local government units ng kapangyarihan at responsibilidad na mag-govern sa nasasakupan nila. Binigyan sila ng greater powers, transfer of greater powers, authority, responsibilities, and resources from the national government to local government units, enabling them to be self-reliant. Ibig sabihin, hindi na sila kailangang pumunta sa matataas dahil meron na silang mga official na pwedeng mapaghingian ng tulong within the LGU community. Magiging self-reliant and active partners na sila ng taong bayan. Kaya, ang mga LGU is mas malapit sa mga taong bayan. So, gaya nga nasabi kanina, transfer of power authority from central institution to lower or local levels within the government. So, according to Raul P. de Guzman, it generally means the systematic and rational distribution of power, authority, and responsibility from the center to the periphery, from higher to lower levels or from national to local government. So, yun yung decentralization. Magmula sa national level, papunta sa local level or local government. So may three forms tayo ng decentralization. First is devolution, transfer of power authority from national government to local government units. Ito ay political and territorial in nature. And second, debureaucratization. So this is the transfer of some public function. Kung ito, transfer of power and authority, ito naman, transfer of some, iilan lang. So, transfer of some public functions and responsibilities which government may perform to private entities or NGO or non-government organizations. Yun yung debureaucratization. So, third and last, deconcentration, transfer of power, authority, responsibility, or discretion to plan, decide, and manage from central to local levels. So, ito ay administrative and sectoral in nature. So, yan yung tatlong form ng decentralization. Okay, malapit na tayong matapos. So, ito na. Paano nakaka-apekto ang decentralization sa governance or anong epekto ng decentralization sa governance? So, here are some effects of decentralization in governance. First, improve delivery of basic services such as providing medicines, equipment, and other essential supplies in government hospitals. So, ang epekto ng decentralization sa governance is ini-improve niya yung pagbibigay or pagpapadala ng basic services sa taong bayan such as pagbibigay ng gamot, ng mga equipment, and ibang pangangailangan pa sa mga government hospitals. So, second, people will be closer to the government. So, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina. Mas magiging malapit ang mga tao sa gobyerno and mas mapapakinggan yung mga hinaing nila. Kaya, merong LGU. Kaya merong mga local government units para sila yung magiging tulay. Para mapakinggan yung mga hinaing at pangangailangan ng mga mamamayan. So last, enhance government responsiveness to the people's needs. So ito yung sinasabi ko rin kanina, yung pagiging responsive ng government sa pangangailangan ng taong bayan. So that's it. Recitation na po, class. So in this recitation, the students who will participate will receive a virtual medal. Magkakaroon kayo ng mga virtual medal na merong 5 points added to your quizzes. So here, sinong gustong mauna? This is the first question. What are the different levels of the Philippine local government? Ano-ano ulit yun, class? Okay, Miss Galvan, Miss Alma Galvan, what are the different levels?
The different levels of Philippine government are barangay, municipality, city, and province.
Okay, very good. You have earned 5 points added to your quiz. Very good. Okay, next question. What was stated in Article 10, Section 1 of the 1987 Constitution? Ano yung sinasabi doon sa natakal natin kanina? Anyone? Anyone who would like to recite? What was stated in Article 10, Section 1 of our Constitution? Okay, Mr. Gaceta.
It states that provinces, cities, municipalities, and barangays are territorial and political subdivision of the Philippines, and that there shall be an autonomous region in Muslim Mindanao and Cordillera.
Okay, very good. That's right. Okay. Meron ka na ring 5 points added to your quiz. Thank you. So, next. What are the roles and functions of barangay? Ano nga ba ang roles ng ating barangay? Gaya ng ating natakal kanina. Class. What are the roles and functions of the barangay? Anyone who would like to recite? Class, gising pa kayo?
Maintain peace and order through barangay tanod and lupong tagapamayapa. Implement basic health and sanitation programs, conduct community activities, maintain barangay roads and daycare centers, and collect barangay taxes and fees.
Okay, very good. Very good, Miss Chaires. Meron ka nga ring 5 points added to your quiz. Thank you for participating. Okay, next question. So, what are the roles and functions of the city? City naman ngayon. Kung kanina ay barangay, ngayon ay city. Ano naman ang sa city? Roles and functions ng ating city. Excuse me. Anyone? Okay, Mr. Gaceta again. Okay.
Deliver expanded services in health, education, and social welfare. Manage urban planning and traffic promotion investments and employment, operate hospitals and culture centers, and regulate enterprises and waste management.
Okay, very good. You have comprehensively explained it. Meron ka ulit. Dadagdagan, 10 points na. Okay, next question. What are the roles and functions of municipality? And yung susunod, ano na? Province. Isahin na lang. Sige. Miss Fronda, Jamela.
Deliver basic services like education, health, and agriculture. Regulate trade, business permit, implement disaster management program, maintain municipal infrastructure, and promote tourism.
Okay. And sa province, ikaw na rin, Miss Fronda Jamela.
Coordinate development among cities and municipalities. Manage provincial hospitals. Implement agricultural and economic programs. Support law enforcement and administer disaster management and environmental.
Okay, very good. May 10 points na agad sa quiz. Very good everyone. Thank you for participating. Makakatanggap ko ng virtual medal mamaya after our discussion and after our activities. Okay, so tapos na tayo sa recitation. Meron pa pala. Ito last, meron pa pala. What is decentralization and how it affects governance? Meron pa pala. Last one, class. Last one. Who would like to recite? Last one, guys. Pagkakataon niya na to, makatanggap ng 5 points sa inyong quiz. Last one. Okay, Mr. Gaceta.
Decentralization transfers powers and authority from the national government to local units. It improves service delivery, makes government close with the people, and promotes participation.
Okay. Thank you. 15 points. Joke. Thank you for participating. So, tapos na tayo sa recitation class. And now, we will have a group task. Malapit nang matapos. So, ang mode natin is online Padlet. Meron akong sinend dyan sa inyong in-call messages na link to padlet.com. So, the class will be divided into 2 groups. I-divide ko kayo randomly into 2 groups. Each group will imagine that they are part of the LGU Council. Iisipin nyo na kayo ay parte ng LGU Council. So together, magde-decide kayo paano nyo ipapa-implement yung programs and activities sa education sector. So ang sector natin dito is education, and may naka-fix na programs na nakalista na kung paano nyo sila ipapa-implement sa each LGU or local government unit. So, if you were given a chance to serve as LGU chairperson, paano nyo ipapa-implement yung mga given programs and activities sa inyong barangay, sa inyong munisipalidad, sa inyong city, or sa province. So, Fill in the table below with your group's ideas about the purpose of each implementation. So, write your final answer on Padlet. Dito sa binigay kong link. And finally, explain your work in the class briefly but concisely. So, I will group you into two. So, sino-sino yung nandito? Sino-sino yung mga nandito? Wait. So, Miss Galvan Alma and Miss Jamela Quijano and Miss mga naan Gemaline, magkakagroup kayo. And Mr. Gaceta, Mr. Pakibot and Miss Suan Chaires, magkakagroup kayong tatlo. And only one of you yung pwede nyong gawing leader and siya yung mag-fill out sa dito. Siya yung mag-fill out dito. So, dito class, ito na yung mga local government unit, barangay, municipality, city, and province. So, sa barangay, meron na siya ang nakalagay na project. So, barangay reading corner, library project. So, paano nyo ipapa-implement itong barangay reading corner within the barangay? Ganon din dito sa municipality. Paano nyo ipapa-implement yung education resource sharing program sa municipality? And paano nyo ipapa-implement yung inclusive education advocacy program sa city? And paano nyo ipapa-implement yung provincial scholarship and educational assistance program sa province? So class, I will give you 15 minutes to brainstorm. And pag nakapag-brainstorm na kayo, pwede nang ilista ng leader nyo or yung isang tao sa group nyo na na-access itong ating link. So, how to add your answers? Dito lang po. So, eto pala. So, the first group, dito kayo naka-assign sa barangay and municipality. Itong dalawa lang ang lalagyan nyo. Barangay and municipality, first group. Second group, city and province kayo. City and province ang sakop nyo or ang lalagyan nyo ng sagot. So, paano ulit maglagay ng sagot? Dito. Okay. Class, na-access nyo ba yung, yung link? Na-access nyo ba yung link, class? Yeah. Okay. I will give you 15 minutes to brainstorm. I will present the link. Okay. So after kayong makapag-isip, class, explain nyo kung bakit yun yung naging purpose for implementation nyo. Kung bakit yun yung napili nyo na maging purpose ng implementasyon nyo sa mga project na to. Okay. Okay. Meron nang nagsasagot dito. Okay. Sige, so pwede kayong mag-comment dito mismo or pwede dito mismo. Okay lang kung saan kayo saan kayo mas comfortable. So, here, meron tayong isa. The leader is Miss Jamela. Sa barangay, i-promote niya raw ang Barangay Reading Corner Library by promoting literacy and develop reading habits among children and adults in the community by providing accessible reading materials within the barangay. It also serves as a safe learning space where residents can study, read, and exchange knowledge. Wow! Very good, very commendable, Miss Jamela. Magaling ang kanyang purpose ng implementation. Magaling. So, sa municipality naman, ano naman, bakit naman ipapa-implement ang Education Resource Sharing Program? Okay. Okay, class. Isa pa lang ang nagsasagot, class. Sa first group, ang barangay at municipality ang sasagutan nyo, ha? And second group, city and province. And nandito din yung programs nyo. Okay. Okay, class. Okay pa ba kayo? I'm just waiting. Okay, may nakikita na akong nagsagot ulit sa municipality and city. Okay, one last. One last is the province. Okay, very good. Okay, basahin natin ang kanilang mga sagot. So, in barangay, the first group will implement the barangay reading corner or the library project for the purpose of promoting literacy and develop reading habits among children and adults in the community by providing accessible reading materials within the barangay. So, it also serves as a safe learning space where residents can study, read, and exchange knowledge. So, very good insight, Group 1. Pinopromote nyo yung literacy and reading habits ng mga bata. So, very good. Dahil mas mapapaigting natin ang education and kaalaman sa barangay reading corner or library project. So, second, for the first group pa rin. So, pinapa-implement nila ang education resource sharing program for the purpose of to strengthen collaboration among public schools by sharing instructional materials, equipment, and learning spaces. So, this ensures that all learners, especially those from smaller or underfunded schools, have access to quality learning resources. So, very good. So, pinapa-implement nila para mapalakas yung pagsasama-sama ng mga public schools sa pag-share ng mga instructional materials, equipments, and learning spaces. So, matutulungan yung mga school na hindi kayang ma-afford yung mga materials na ito na ma-access yung mga materials na iyon para mapaunlad ang kaalaman at edukasyon. So, okay, let's go to the second group. Paano daw nila ipapa-implement yung inclusive education advocacy program? So let's read. To raise awareness and ensure what all learners, including those with disabilities and from marginalized group, have equal access to education. So this program also trains teachers and school staff to handle diverse learners effectively. Wow, very good. Okay, very good. Very good, second group. Pinapa-implement daw nila ang Inclusive Education Advocacy Program para bigyan ng pagkakataon yung mga bigyan ng pagkakataon yung learners with disabilities and yung mga nakakalimutan na mga tao dahil lang sa kanilang mga kapansanan na isinasali natin sila sa education kahit na ganun ang kanilang kalagayan. So, tinitignan din dito, hinahandle din dito yung diverse learners. Ano ang minimin natin sa diverse learners? Ibig sabihin is iba't ibang learners, which is kahit na slow reading ka, mahirap kang matuto, or slow learner ka, pwede kang makisali dito at hindi ka maiiwan kasi inclusive education program ito. So, tinuturuan din ng mga teachers dito kung paano i-handle yung mga learners with disabilities and diverse learners effectively. So, nagkakaroon ng equal access. Hindi lang yung magagaling ang nabibigyang pansin, kundi pati yung mga hindi masyadong makasabay na mga learners. So, last, ipapa-implement daw nila yung Provincial Scholarship and Educational Assistance for the purpose of supporting deserving but financially challenged students in pursuing higher education. So this program helps reduce dropout rates, promotes academic excellence, and produces skilled graduates who can contribute to the province's development. So magaling ang purpose for implementation nila. So good job everyone! So let's clap. Palakpakan niyo ang mga sarili niyo. Virtual clap everyone. Magagaling. So, gusto niyo na bang i-explain sa sarili niyong wordings ang inyong mga work? First group for the barangay and municipality. Gusto niyo na bang i-explain? Anyone? Sino ang leader ng group 1? Isahin niyo na barangay and municipality. Okay. Explain niyo yung work nyo, guys. Class. Group 1.
The barangay is the smallest local unit and is the closest to the people. So, in establishing a barangay corner library brings educational resources directly to the community. This project helps to address of limited access to books and learning spaces, especially for children who cannot afford to visit city libraries. Through this initiative, the barangay encourages a culture of reading, supports students with school assignments, and even promotes adult literacy program. It becomes a simple yet powerful way to strengthen the community's learning environment.
Okay.
Kaya yun po yung nang gusto naming i-implement para matulungan po yung mga bata na makabasa po sila lahat.
Okay, very good. So, what about for the municipality? Paano nyo i-explain ito? Kung bakit ganyan ang inyong na-come up na sagot?
In municipality naman po, some have learning materials and equipment than others. Kaya, the Education Resource Sharing Program allows school within the same municipality to share textbooks projects, modules, audiovisual equipment, or even expertise. For example, a well-equipped school can lend resources or conduct joint training with a smaller school. This encourages unity among educators, equalizes learning opportunities, and maximizes the use of local education resources. It also supports the LGU's goal of promoting quality and equitable education across all barangays under its jurisdiction.
Okay, very good. So, maganda ang inyong purpose for implementation and maganda rin ang inyong explanation. So, let's give them a clap. Virtual clap, class. Okay, very good. Thank you. So, what about the second group? For the city and province, bakit ito ang inyong naisip?
Cities have more diverse populations, which means schools accommodate learners from various cultural, social, and physical backgrounds. The Inclusive Education Advocacy Program ensures that no child is left behind regardless of disability, gender, or economic status. The city government can conduct seminars for teachers on inclusive teaching strategies, provide assistive learning materials, and strengthen partnerships with organizations for persons with disabilities, or common known as PWDs. This program upholds every learner's right to education and promotes respect, empathy, and equality in the classroom. It also aligns with the Department of Education's goal of education for all.
Okay, very good. Education for all. No children is left behind. Very good explanation. What about in the province?
At the provincial level, education programs have a wider scope. The Provincial Scholarship and Educational Assistance Program helps students who want to continue their studies in senior high school, vocational courses, or college but lack of financial means. Scholarships motivate learners to excel academically and provide hope for families struggling with education costs. In return, scholars often give back to the community through service by contributing to local industries after graduation. This program builds a more educated and skilled population, which is vital for the province's economic and social progress.
Okay, very good explanation. Very comprehensive and very understandable. Okay, class. Very good. Magaling kayong lahat and natuto kayong lahat sa ating lesson. So, tapos na tayo sa ating group task. So, quiz na tayo. So, this is your quiz, class. You will pass your papers to me na lang through messenger. Okay, I will give you 10 minutes to do your quiz. Okay, class. These are the virtual medals for those who recited. Very good kayong lahat and great job. Even yung mga hindi nakapag-recite, thank you for participating in our class. So, Okay, great job, class. You've learned the different levels of our local government units, the roles and functions, and the officials involved in each. So, additionally, you also learn how decentralization empowers local governments to be more effective and responsive. So, thank you for listening and participating, everyone. See you in our next class. Bye, class. Thank you. Thank you for participating.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you.